Good morning. The National Police successfully thwarted a potential jihadist attack by arresting 3 highly radicalised teenagers in coordinated operations in Madrid and Barcelona. The individuals, who had actively expressed their intent to carry out a terrorist attack, were taken into custody on Monday. The investigation began with a cyber patrol on social networks, where law enforcement agents identified several profiles espousing jihadist ideologies. These profiles were traced back to 3 young students who were found to be deeply radicalized, aligning their beliefs with the extremist doctrines advocated by Daesh or Islamic State. Their online presence revealed an alarming endorsement of violence in the name of Islam, admiration for known terrorist figures, and the identification of potential targets for attacks. The teenagers went further, expressing a clear intention to carry out a terrorist action. The trio had meticulously planned their potential attack, including the manufacture of explosives. They'd obtained manuals for creating explosive devices, including one for TATP, known as the Mother of Satan. At the same time, 3 raids were conducted, yielding a significant haul of electronic devices and documents that are currently undergoing thorough analysis. The operation, which involved the collaboration of provincial intelligence branches in Valencia, Madrid and Barcelona, reflects the ongoing efforts by authorities to combat terrorism and safeguard national security. Prosecutors, backed by more than 375 non-governmental organisations, gathered outside of Parliament yesterday, calling for the government to end arms trade with Israel. According to one of the organisations involved, Spain has purchased some €861 million worth of weapons from Israel this year alone. According to the BDS movement, yesterday's protests were backed by 5 political parties, including the junior coalition party Sumar. Inside Parliament, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said Europe needs to speak up on the Israel siege of Gaza due to the level of human suffering, but did not address the growing calls to cease arms trade with Israel. Meanwhile, Pedro Sanchez yesterday hailed an agreement to reform the EU's migration laws, saying it was key for his nation's ability to manage arrivals on its border. Spain is one of the main entry points for migrants into Europe, particularly via the Western Mediterranean. It will allow us to do something very important, that is to improve our border management, to manage migratory flows in a more humane and coordinated way, Sanchez said. The migrant reform includes speedier vetting of irregular arrivals, creating border detention centres, and accelerated deportation for rejected asylum applicants. And former Barcelona and Brazil defender Dani Alves' trial on charges of sexual assault has been set for February the 5th to the 7th, so the top court in Barcelona said yesterday. Alves faces charges of sexual assault on a woman in a Barcelona nightclub last December. He was arrested on January the 20th and has been held in a prison outside Barcelona ever since. If found guilty, the 40-year-old could face a jail sentence of 4 to 15 years. He has maintained that he had consensual sex with his accuser. A Spanish prosecutor is seeking a 9-year prison term. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.